The MACPro Help Desk team welcomes your suggestions for our training and reference materials. Please contact us with your feedback and comments on this training, or if you need other MACPro assistance. You may contact us via email at macpro_helpdesk@cms.hhs.gov or by phone at 301-547-4688.
Next, we will provide a brief overview of the process flow for a quality measure report. For those of you who have participated in past trainings, this should be familiar. To get an idea of how many of you are new to the Health Homes Quality Measure reporting, let's take another survey. If this is your first time as a user submitting a Health Homes Quality Measure report in MACPro, please select the green checkmark button in the participants box. If you have never submitted a Health Homes Quality Measure report in MACPro, please select the red X using the webinar feature. All right, looks like we have a little over half that are new. That's great. The image that you see here is a general overview of the state submission process for a quality measures report and outlines the MACPro user roles that it involves. First, the state editor creates a report and enters the appropriate information. Once all relevant information is entered, the state editor submits the report to the State Point of Contact, or SPOC, for review. Next, the SPOC receives a notification that there is a report available for review, and he or she reviews and edits the report as needed. Once the SPOC's review is complete, the SPOC sends the report to the State Director for review and certification. The State Director will receive a notification to review the report and determines if further edits are needed. If the report passes their review, the State Director will certify and submit the report to CMS. The graphic that you see here is a more detailed version of the workflow that we just reviewed. This is for your future reference as you walk through the submission process step by step in the system. For existing users, we want to highlight some specific changes to the Health Homes Quality Measure for federal fiscal year 2017. There are a few new features and functions that are different than what you may be used to. On the admin screen of a HHQM report, a list of approved health home programs that were in effect for federal fiscal year 2017 for your state will appear in a drop-down menu labeled Health Home Program. You may select only one program per report per federal fiscal year. As a note, this screenshot on this slide is arbitrary information and does not reflect the state of Missouri. If your state combines rates from multiple reporting units to create a state level rate, and the rates are weighted based on another weighting factor, a new dynamic text box appears that is required to describe the other weighting factor. The administrative questions and cost savings data form is now contained on the admin screen. Previously, users had to select a link to access the form. On the admin screen, in the Core Measures table, there is a column on the report that indicates if you are reporting on a measure. As a reminder, it must be noted in each individual core measure whether or not you are reporting on it. The state editor will be presented with the Status of Data Reported section when Yes is selected for Are you reporting on this measure? The options that are available to the state editor are provisional or final. On the admin screen, state editors now have the ability to capture whether an audit or validation was performed for core measures and who performed it. After a state editor has created a quality measure report and has performed a specific action, such as beginning the report, navigating to a core measure, sending a TA request, or uploading a document to the admin screen, this audit or validation of measures section will appear on the admin screen. Previously, to individually expand or collapse sections on a Health Homes core measure, users would select a plus or minus link. This link has now been replaced by the word expand or collapse. Alternatively, users can still select the View All Responses button in the upper right corner to expand all sections at once. Now we will go over some useful tips and tricks for using MACPro. Some states may receive a Seek More Information or SMI request for quality measure reports submitted to CMS for review. This slide shows what a Seek More Information request looks like in MACPro. As of September 2017, when a state receives an SMI request, it will be sent to both the state editor who created the report and the state point of contact who reviewed the report. First, users in both of these roles should communicate to determine who should respond to the request. Once it's decided, the appropriate user should accept the task. The first step after accepting the task is to open the document that is attached and review the questions asked. Next, the state point of contact can uncertify the report to update core measures if needed. An updated report cannot be submitted to the state director for certification until the pending SMI request has been submitted to CMS. Either the state editor or the state point of contact that accepted the SMI task must respond to the SMI request. To complete a Seek More Information request, the state editor or the SPOC must answer the question or questions within the SMI request within the system. A supporting response document may be uploaded as well if needed. To respond within the system, the SE or the SPOC should go back to the task to respond to the SMI request and enter in a response in the SMI form. Then they must indicate if they updated their report as a result of the response above by selecting one of the radio buttons. After these two steps are complete, the user responding to the SMI can upload any supporting response documents and then submit to CMS. Once the SMI response is submitted to CMS, the state can go back and submit their report to the state director for recertification. The Request Technical Assistance link is available on the admin screen as well as every core measure page on a quality measures report. This allows you to request technical assistance for content-related questions from within MACPro. These requests are routed to the Mac Quality TA team. The Request System Help link is easily available for MACPro system-related inquiries. The link is located on every page of a report. It is also listed as an action under the Actions tab. Should you need system-related assistance at any point when filling out a quality measures report, just click the link in the upper right corner of the screen. A form will open in a new tab to avoid interrupting your reporting. Fill out all required fields and then select Submit Help Request. A tool that is helpful for users is the Report Summary screen. The Report Summary screen is available when a user accesses a quality measures report through the Records tab. The timeline at the top of the screen indicates what stage of the workflow a report is currently in. created. This first stage shows that the report is with the state editor and has not yet been submitted to the state point of contact. The next stage is in updates. This means that the report is with the state editor following submission to the SPOC. This means that the SPOC has returned the report to the state editor for further revisions. In review. This shows that the report is with the SPOC. At this stage, the SPOC is currently reviewing the report before submitting to the state director. Awaiting certification. This means that the report is currently with the state director. Once the report has been reviewed, the state director must certify and submit the report to CMS. In CMS review. This stage shows that the report has been successfully submitted to CMS and is under review. In SMI. This stage indicates that CMS had further questions on the report and that the report is either with the state or CMS. If the report is with the state, that means that CMS has submitted their Seek More Information request to the state. If it is with CMS, that means that CMS is reviewing the state's response to the SMI request and has not yet closed it. The final stage is CMS review complete. This signifies that CMS has completed their review of your report and has approved it. A MACPro session timeout occurs when users lose connectivity, observe issues with system responsiveness, or encounter issues navigating through MACPro after working in MACPro for a period of time. To avoid a session timeout, you must routinely select Save when entering data or validate your entries periodically. After working in MACPro for 25 minutes without performing an action, which is validating or saving entries, users will receive a prompt that indicates your session is about to expire, as shown on the image on this slide. Upon receiving this prompt, you may continue your session by selecting Resume within 2 minutes. If you do not acknowledge the prompt within 2 minutes, you will automatically be logged out. Keep in mind, performing an action in MACPro is defined as routinely validating or saving entries. Simply entering data is not considered performing an action. It is recommended that you select Save periodically while logged into MACPro. Let's go over some additional resources that are available to users to help guide you through while using MACPro. There are plenty of additional resources available to you as you begin your core set reports. This slide includes links to MACPro, EIDM via the Enterprise portal, and recordings of previous system trainings and their corresponding slide decks. There are also a number of introductory reference documents, or IRDs, that are available for different aspects of using MACPro. These documents are listed on this slide for your reference. In addition to the resources just discussed, technical assistance will be available to MACPro users. For issues related to MACPro access and how to use MACPro, please contact the MACPro Help Desk at macpro_helpdesk@cms.hhs.gov. You may also call 301-547-4688. And you may also select System Help link within MACPro. To help expedite an answer to your request, here's the information that should be provided in an email request to the help desk. Please include your contact information, the program and authority that you are using, such as MACPro Quality Measures, HHQM. Give a detailed description of your inquiry. If applicable, specify the last screen or activity that was performed before experiencing the issue, and include screenshots of the issue that you are experiencing. The table on this slide outlines web browser and software version details for accessing MACPro. Please note that Google Chrome is the optimal web browser for use with MACPro. Internet Explorer users must have version 11 or newer to access the system. If necessary, we encourage you to work with your organization's IT department to prepare for working in MACPro. This table lists the software requirements for accessing MACPro. Again, this is for your future reference as you utilize MACPro.
The MACPro Help Desk team welcomes your suggestions for our training and reference materials. Please contact us with your feedback and comments on this training, or if you need other MACPro assistance. You may contact us via email at macpro_helpdesk@cms.hhs.gov or by phone at 301-547-4688.